All right, guys, this video, and as I said, hopefully you can watch these in different series. I'm not sure where you are in your career, whether this is an improvement plan or you're learning and brand new, or this is just something to help fuel you to the next level. We're going to talk about fab selling, which is not fabulous, versus transformation. And to understand that, the principle of selling really never changes. And I'll kind of give you some examples here. So this will be a little bit longer video, but it is necessary for you to understand the content. Now, features and benefits are good to know. We'll start off with saying that, right? Features and benefits, fab. That's what the product does. That's how it gets there. That's how it works. That is the nuts and bolts. And a lot of salespeople or people in an industry get excited about features and benefits. And that's because they know what the product does. They know what's on the other side. So they just kind of it's called shop talk is another example. And that's okay, but to our customers, that's not the main thing. For example, we're in wireless, but for example, the fitness industry. Just getting you guys out of your main thought, because the training you've gone through has been very wireless intent. It's Verizon's vernacular, it's Verizon's terms, and you start speaking too much in that, it sometimes doesn't translate as well as you would like to the customer. And the market shifts a little bit sometimes, and depends on certain areas as well. So let's take it out so you can understand the principle behind what I'm saying versus just some of the tactic. In the fitness industry, for example, you walk into a gym. They typically have on, posters or advertisements. They got a big buff guy, or some lady, and they've got the booty shorts. I mean, just being real here, right? You got muscular, strong dudes, 6-pack abs, and more the fitness magazines have. They don't have some dude typically sweating, dying here, just gassed out from doing the treadmill and meal prepping, right? No, they show some finished product. So what's key about that? What do they show you? They show the transformation, right? Those little catch, men's magazines like 6-pack, lose your gut issue. And they show the transformation, right? Buttons of steel. I don't know if that's a thing, all the Instagram models, booty burner, booty builder, whatever. So it's all how it will be in the end, because that's what people really want for the most part. They don't necessarily want to know about the process, but the process is where the magic is. So with features and benefits selling, we can overload the customer's brain and we can bore them. And that's one of the worst things you can do in a sales interaction is bore somebody, or overwhelm them, which is the other worst thing you can do, with too much information, and then they just shut off. Oh, I mean, that's a lot of information you just gave me. That's whoa, that does all that. I got to think, do I need all that? So we want to keep it simple, right? KISS. Keep it simple, stupid, and really sell the transformation. So walking through that, if I were to sell a gym membership, I wouldn't, most gym memberships, they'll walk by, they'll show you the facility, they'll say, hey, here's all the stuff we got. What are you trying to do? Looking at, hey, here's my client, Frank. Look how fat he was. Look how not fat he is now, right? That's basically it. That's every fitness program out there. Here's the fat dude before, here's the not fat dude after. Boom. You don't even know what you're buying sometimes on these online courses and training programs. Then you get it, and it's like, mwah, you're doing deadlifts. You're like, oh, you're going to do some cardio. That's the features and benefits. That's how you get there. But they typically lead with the transformation. Now, in wireless, it's not as physically exhausting, but we want to know the product, right? We, as the salesperson, need to know the features and benefits, but the customer, for example, here's a traditional features and benefits selling is customer comes in and we're like, oh yeah, you got an iPhone X. Okay, great. Well, we're going to get the new iPhone 13 for you. New iPhone 13 has a 13 gigawatts capacitor, flux capacitor with trans warp drive and data gigabyte speeds of 932,000 kilobyte. And the camera's got 3 lenses with telescopic view that has X-ray vision. Whoa. I mean, the new iPhone 13 has a great battery life, the best of the ones out there, super clear screen, fast processor, and the camera is amazing. You notice how Apple sells their products? It's amazing. It's good. It's transformative, right? Back in the 10,000s and stuff when Android would come out, they would come out with a technologically superior product, hands down. And all the Android nerds would be like, it's way better. But the market didn't understand what it could do because they would sit there and read off all the specs. So with customers, they come in, I got an iPhone X, I want to get an iPhone 13. Hey, great. Well, we're going to get you a new battery, new warranty on that phone. Obviously, you're going to have the best camera technologies out there. The software updates are going to be nice and smooth. Everything's going to run like it should, how the new iPhones are designed for. And you're going to get the ultra wideband capability on your phone, which is going to make your life easier when it comes to downloading movies, listening to music, or uploading any kind of files for work, right? Depending on what their lifestyle is. It's transformation. So weak salespeople will sell features and benefits because they don't listen to the customer, right? Every customer is going to have a different transformation, and that's why a lot of people don't do it. They don't want to talk. They want to talk. They don't want to listen to the customer. If I'm talking to a 40-year-old mother of 5, she's probably going to have different needs than a 22-year-old guy in college. I'm going to have to ask some questions. 22-year-old guy in college. Man, that ultra wideband, that's some great. You're going to download the next Tinder match like that. Hopefully, the married 40-year-old mother of 5 is not on Tinder as much, right? So, she's probably more interested in recipe videos and how quickly they could go to make her life easier. So she can just make a quick meal for the family before she runs kids to practice and picks up the baby and all this stuff, right? Different needs. But what do we got to do as sales consultants? That's why we're sales consultants. We have to ask questions. We have to look at the account, see what they've got, ask some questions about their lifestyle. Now, even the husband and wife can have different needs, right? The wife's maybe a stay-at-home wife, or she works a part-time job. Husband is a contractor, or he, works in insurance, or he sells real estate. Whatever the case is, they're going to have maybe different needs there. And then you got some teenagers. Okay, that's fine. You have to know enough about your product to be able to help each one of those with the transformation. Just like at the gym, right? We go back to the gym example, right? 75-year-old woman wanting to get in better shape for her health is not going to be the same as a 25-year-old woman who just wants to get a big old booty so she can get better dates. Or the 25-year-old dude who just wants to get super jacked, bro, versus the guy in his 40s who's wanting to lose some weight so he doesn't have another heart attack, right? Different needs, different transformations, some similar things they have to do, right? When it comes to fitness, you eat less calories, then it's a calorie deficit and resistance training and cardio work. It's pretty simple. With wireless, it's going to be a little bit different technology, but it really comes down to the right plan, the right device, and the information given to the customer, right? The right features. So if you've got a family of 5 and you start talking to them about what they're doing for their home internet and the phones they've got and the different multimedia, if you're like, all right, so here we go. We've got a $1,000 trade-in promotion right now and a $500 switcher credit. And by the way, Hulu, ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, they're all free with that, with you going to Get More plan, which, by the way, if you do 5 lines, gives you a discount, 10 line on, you start going over and over and over. If that's how you get there, because a lot of times we want to think in this progression. I ask the question, I tell the customer how we get there, then we get there. But that's not how the brain works. I ask the questions, here's what we're going to get to. Then, this is, by the way, how that will get done. And I want you to think about this. And if you haven't ever watched Batman, you had a horrible childhood or young adulthood. But if you ever did watch Batman, he's got the Bat Belt, right? And if you ever watched the old Batmans, he didn't just whip out the Bat Belt and beat the Joker to death with it or strangle Bane. No. He needed to disappear, pull it out the smoke. He needed to climb the building, pull it out his grappling hook. He needed something, grenades. He pulled out a compartment. It's the Bat Belt. It had all the utilities he needed, but he didn't necessarily need them all right then and there. Another thing that we tend to do is get diarrhea of the mouth. The customer walks in, is like, yeah, I'm looking to get a new phone. Let me tell you about every single promotion in chronological and alphabetical order. I have identified them all. Now you've just overwhelmed your customers. Way too much information. They were probably 90% sold, and they're like, well, you know what? I got to go home and do some research. This is actually a lot of stuff. Let me see what I can do. And then they never come back. They go online. They go somewhere else, or they go to the person who knows how to ask the questions and make it smooth. Right? Going back to dating, you don't sit down with a guy or a girl and be like, I find you attractive. I would like to get to know you better. And if things work out, we can create a family together. We'll go look at a few houses and maybe we'll get a solid mortgage rate and build a home together. Now, I'm not sure if I want 5 acres or 10. That would be creepy. That's kind of what we do with our customers when we overload them with that information. So once again, transformation statements. People want the transformation. They're buying what this product will do. Remember 2 key things about the transformation. 1, people are buying something to pursue an opportunity. Or 2, they are buying something to flee from pain. That could be perceived opportunity or perceived pain. What they see as an opportunity or what they see as an inconvenience, right? We can joke and say first world problems, right? You're on a 4G phone versus 5G. Whatever they perceive it to be, that's their opportunity or that's their pain. You've got to ask those questions, right? Talking to that customer, find out about their career, find out about a little about their social life, right? Their setting at home, what they do day to day. How do you use your wireless device right now? Okay, what do you like best about that? What are some things that you would change if you could? Okay, great. All right, so you like your phone, you like the way it works, but it's got a small screen. Or you like the phone, you like the way it works, but it's really, really big and you know, too big. Okay, well, we got the different size devices. You find the speakerphone, everybody can hear your conversation. We've got solutions for that. So you go through the process of asking those questions. You say, okay, well, ma'am, right now you're paying $175. You've got, 3 lines on your account. And it looks like you are on you got the iPhone XR. Good device. It was one of the more popular iPhones out there. So what we're going to be able to do today, so based on some of the stuff you're telling me, and by the way, you're telling me you got slow home internet too, and it's really, I get it, Spectrum. Or Time, well, I think it's all Spectrum now, right? Aging myself with Time Warner reference there. But you go through their pain points and say, so what we'll be able to do today is for $225 a month, we're going to be able to get you that 4th line in there. We're going to get you that 5G home internet, and we're going to be able to get you on the new iPhone 13s that have that amazing camera capability, beautiful screen, and they're just the right size for you, right? A little bit sleeker form factor, but the screen is so clear, a lot, especially more than that XR device. We'll get you set up with all the protection options for that. Make sure that, if anything goes sideways, you're not paying an arm and a leg for that to replace that. With your trade-ins, we're really going to be able to reduce costs for you. And now you are spending a little bit more per month, but remember, we're saving you a lot of money in other areas. So your overall bills per month are going to go down. So you're going to be able to leave here today with some really cool devices that go really fast, that make your life a lot easier. That's transformation. Now customers say, hold on, how do we get there? And that's where you can unpack some of the features and benefits. That's when you use the bat belt. Well, how do we get from 175 to 225? And then, but I'd get all that, and how is it only $50 more? I'm paying already $100 for my. Well, yeah, you know what? We do have a promotion that I'm going to help get applied to your account here. That takes care of that problem. Oh, okay. And then if they object anything, then you can use the features and benefits, the bat belt, if you will, and the promotions to overcome those. But you always bring it back to the transformation. That's what people buy, the transformation. And you get the transformation by understanding that customer, building your frame and value. And we'll go over a little bit more on frame and status and stuff. That's a whole different conversation. But when you have good frame, you built status, those questions get answered more honestly, and you are able to sell transformationally versus fab. Fab is lazy selling. Selling features and benefits, fab, and price is lazy selling. That's retail Rick. If I had hair, I'd slick it back and go, Rick. Retail Rick. And I apologize to any future Ricks that work for us. You're probably a great dude, but we had to go with retail Rick because it rhymed. All right, guys, so don't be a retail Rick, right? Be a sales Steven or a sales Chad. That's popular right now. We want to go out there and make it happen. And people buy the transformation. They buy solutions. They don't buy the process. The process is what gets us there, but they buy the solution and the transformation. So let's go make it happen.